by most people as weird and freakish. I have a husband called Kit, who I love very much. Normal, huh? Well, the not so normal part is that I also have a wife called Nora, who I also love very much. I can honestly say that I love both Kit and Nora equally. I couldn't imagine my life without either one of them in it. My heart aches just thinking about not having them around. I met my husband first when I was 19 and at college. He was this muscly sports nut, and at first, I didn't like him all that much. I thought he was a show-off, and it annoyed me how all the other girls swooned over him. One time, I went on a date with this horrible guy who kept touching my leg. I ended up pouring my drink on him and running out of the restaurant. It was on my way home that I ran into Kit. Turns out that behind his cocky exterior, he was actually a sweet guy. He told me jokes to cheer me up and walked me home. After that, I started hanging out with Kit more often, and soon we fell in love. At 23, we got married on the beach. It was so romantic. Everything seemed so perfect, but then things became complicated when I met Nora. I was out with my friends on a girls' night. The club was stuffy and busy, so I went outside to get some air. That was when I first laid eyes on Nora. She was there in a silky lace dress and she looked beautiful. She smiled over at me and we started chatting. We instantly got on. She added me on her social media and the next day she sent me a message. We chatted every day and began meeting up. I told myself that I wasn't doing anything wrong, as she's just a friend. I knew that I was kidding myself. The feelings I felt for Nora went much, much further than ones you should feel towards a friend. It was a confusing time for me. I'd never had feelings for a girl before. I'd always presumed that I was a straight girl. I was in no doubt that I was falling in love with Nora, but I still loved Kit too. One time at a party, Nora and I got drunk and kissed. After that, I couldn't keep lying to myself that we were just friends. I now knew that she loved me too. I told Nora that I couldn't see her anymore. For the next few weeks, I was miserable without her. Kit noticed my weird behavior and asked me what was wrong. He asked me if it had something to do with Nora. I couldn't lie to him anymore, so I confessed to him about the kiss and my feelings for her. I thought that he'd be mad, but although he was shocked, he was calm about it. He said he loved me with all his heart and that he always wanted me to be happy, whoever I chose to be with. I was miserable without Nora, but the problem was I loved Kit too and knew that I would be miserable without him. I couldn't choose between them, as I loved them both the same. Kit told me to go and see Nora, so I went around there. As soon as she opened the door and saw me, she hugged me tightly. I apologized for what I said to her before. Then I explained that I told Kit about us and he was so supportive, saying that I should give myself time to know exactly what my heart wanted. I told Nora that I knew that she was the person I always wanted to be with. She said that she could understand my feelings and would let me stay with him and went on with her at the same time. Over the next few months, I continued living with Kit, but he allowed Nora to spend time at our place too. She often came around for dinner and movie nights. At first, it was a little awkward, but it wasn't long before Kit and Nora seemed to be getting on just fine. It felt like the three of us were growing closer together, which made life easier for me. I was having a romantic relationship with them both, so it helped that they were friendly with each other. One time, there was a problem at work, so I was late home. I was meant to be having dinner with Kit and Nora, but I told them to eat without me. I arrived home to find them kissing in the kitchen. At first, I was in shock. I jumped to the conclusion that they'd been having an affair behind my back and that neither of them liked me at all. I got upset that they both rushed over to me. They told me that nothing had happened between them previously. This had been the first time they'd kissed. They had both developed feelings for each other, but it was only that night that they'd come clean to each other about it. They said that their feelings for me hadn't changed at all. They both still loved me. The chemistry between them was so obvious. I felt dumb that I hadn't noticed it before. I also understood how they could both love two different people equally. After all, I felt the same way. Nora moved in with us and we took it from there. We bought a king-size bed for the three of us to share and we went on date nights out together. We can't legally marry Nora, but we can carry on with our own private ceremony and give her a wedding ring. Both Kit and I class her as our wife. I know it sounds odd, but it feels normal to us. We're a normal couple. There's just three of us instead of two. We know that our relationship makes certain things complicated, and we've decided not to have kids for this reason. Maybe one day this will change, but first we need to tell our family and friends about our polyamorous relationship before we can even contemplate bringing kids in our complicated world. We want to tell our family and friends about us, but we're worried how they'll react. We're members of a polyamorous online community, and we've made some great friends on there. But most of them now have strained relationship with their friends and families, as they just can't accept how they choose to live their lives. I just want people to realize that happiness is far more precious than being conventional. I'm terrified that they won't accept the way I choose to live my life. Love is love, and I'm in love with Kit and Nora. I just want people to understand this. Being in a romantic relationship with two people is normal. We're not sick or freaks or anything. We haven't gone public with our relationship yet. What should we do? We really want to know your opinions before being judged by our own family and friends.